All right, let's talk about the FUD that is the markets. Unbelievable. If you don't know what FUD stands for, it stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And Donald Trump is the embodiment of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. He literally is the FUD machine when it comes to this market. So, one, I think some people should go to jail. That's the first thing I want to say. I think some people should go to jail because, I mean, who the hell is buying 0 DTE calls? I mean, literally to the day of, and they're putting in $1 million on it, and they hit and they go up 30x their money. Like, that's exactly what happened today. It was absolutely crazy. Some people got greedy, and you know what? They knew the news was coming, but I'm more like, I'm blown away, like how it all happens, you know, how everyone was like, yeah, Donald Trump's going to pause tariffs. You know, that was Monday. And you saw the market react, and it was like a mad dash, you know, to the top. And then they took it off, then it just crashed again. And everyone's like, wow, look at these volatile swings. And this market's so predictable at those headlines. But it was all just to pump liquidity out of everyone. And now you see what happened. I mean, people became millionaires overnight. Not that they weren't already millionaires. I mean, because who's going to buy $100,000 worth of calls? So if you buy like $100,000 worth of calls the day of, which someone did, by the way, someone bought $100,000 and turned it into $21 million in about an hour. So that's crazy that it's allowed to happen that way. Okay, who cares, right? Let's talk about something else, though. You know, I saw Trump, it's like they did a test. They tested it out on Monday. They go, okay, we got it. We're going to go ahead and do a pause. And you know, then they say it's not a pause, and then it is a pause. And my whole theory behind any of this is, you know, they've always said they were going to have a huge correction on this market. And to get the most out of it, you would be doing it the way you're doing it right now, where Trump, changes his mind. I don't know. I couldn't guess the way it was going to happen. I told you that. I just knew that it was going to happen. And, you know, the GameStop's still going to be strong as ever. You know, my investment that I love. But looking at these markets, these funny markets, like what's really happening here, yeah, I don't understand how no one gets arrested or no one gets investigated. It's blatant market manipulation as of right now. And I don't want to say Donald Trump should be ashamed of himself, but it's like they don't care. They don't care that they're manipulating the market and the outcome, but those swings are volatile enough that it's like, yeah, it's just collateral damage to the words, you know, and they don't care. Anyway, what was Scott Bassett said? He said, this is going to be 4 years for Wall Street. Or 4 years for Main Street, not Wall Street. That's what he said. And I was like, okay. Like I don't know who you're trying to defend it or lie to. I mean, Scott Bassett, you guys all took a pay cut to get into the cabinet. You guys are Wall Street. But I don't think Trump really cares. I think he enjoys it, but he puts a narrative. They buy it. You know, he says no, and then they sell it. And that's just blown away, right? The other parts of this is, you know, I don't even care to guess what the next 90 days is going to look like, considering tariffs are still in effect. There's still an amount that people are gonna have to pay, and vice versa. So, yeah, I don't think it swings 8%, 9%. Like, think about it. You had the largest moves on the market in the history of the market. Like, over the last 40 years, it hasn't moved like this in a single day. Just the fluctuations. Like, why? Why? Are companies really that overvalued that they get to fluctuate? And we're talking trillions of dollars, guys. I still haven't gotten home and been able to study on all the charts or anything. I was working, and an emergency at work, and I had to stay late an additional 2 hours on top of the 10. It's like that'll take those cells out of you. And I had to call the wife and tell her, and you know what? I had plans to be live with you and watch the charts and talk, economics. And I'm the best. I'm gonna be the best I can be with the amount of sleep I don't get. So yeah, markets are crazy, and you guys should pay attention to them. I had one more headline to talk about, but I'll do it tomorrow. I'm tied up. It was about an investment. It was about a stock or a company that's... Oh, you know what it was about? It's kind of weird that we talk about it, but it was about Wynn Casino. The Wynn Casino? I don't mind talking about it now. I'm just driving, and I'll talk about it. I think I'm going to get something to eat, too. I don't know. It's late night, man. Whatever. So the Wynn Casino has agreed to pay their employees of 20 plus years, of 10 plus years, of 5 plus years, however, all the employees in levels, and they're going to pay them shares as a bonus. Instead of a cash bonus or a raise or whatever, they're giving them a share option to shares, and they vest. They vest on the 28th. So I anticipate the 28th of April, the Wynn Casino stock price to come crashing down, which it already is down, and I'll tell you why it's down, because their book value is like negative $36 a share. It's something crazy like that. They're so upside down over there, and I think the last ditch effort is to give out equity rather than cash. So I'm paying attention to the Wynn Casino. I might just go in there and do it, connect the dots. I haven't decided. What I'm really trying to do is decide on how I want to avoid this Coachella traffic. Coachella starts tomorrow for us, essentially, because everyone's in town. They're already sleeping on the sides of the roads, and I just don't want to drive down those roads. I live right next door to the Polo Grounds. I'm probably 2 miles away, and I don't want to deal with this traffic, so I'll go around it. Anyway, I'll be studying some more stocks like that. I study random companies, and I give you all the tidbits on them, but it's a good time. It's a good time to make another GameStop video too, like from scratch. I've been thinking about that. Maybe I'll do it right now. Who knows? Alright guys, stay blessed, stay up, and keep doing what you do. I'm gonna try to get some sleep. Peace.